Good afternoon, everyone. My dear faculty members and students. Okay, today we will start the 3-day online training program on collaborative robots and the same time smart manufacturing tool. Okay, he's a the resource person is Mr. Sendil. He's did his masters and PhD in IIT, and he has very huge experience in the field of cobot and industry 4.0 as well as MSME. He conduct the many government programs, uh, uh, and at the same time he has huge experience on the research and training programs. He conducted very good programs on the relevant field, and he did the more projects are related to the cobot and robots also. uh, and he has a very huge experience. He will share us. Okay, thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and share his your valuable uh, uh, like guidance for your students and share me, sir. Thank you, sir. Sendil, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. So maybe start the program, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
So thank you so much, sir, for a nice introduction. So
Yeah,
good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible, sir?
yeah, audible, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. So good afternoon, everyone, and first of all, I would like to submit my sincere thanks to Government of Andhra Pradesh, and also special thank to Andhra Pradesh State Skill Development Corporation, Department of Skill Development and Training, Government of Andhra Pradesh, for giving me an opportunity to conduct a wonderful online training and webinar on collaborative robots, a smart manufacturing tool for Indian MSMEs, and also to throw some light on entrepreneurship and innovations also basically. So I introduce myself as a Senthil Siva Subramanian. I am working as a head institute industry interface at Sharda Group of Institution at Mathura. So I welcome you all, dear students and faculty members, for this 3-day training program on collaborative robots. So I'm delighted to connect with you all digitally through this skill development training program. And so to start with, India as a nation has people with diversified expert skill sets on the geographical region, socio-economic profile, and India has got a very strong business environment where Indian MSMEs contribute enormously for the growth of the nation. Micro, small, medium enterprises sector has emerged as a highly vibrant and dynamic sector of the Indian economy over the past 5 decades. And India is a country which has got a huge market potential for the fourth industry revolution, Industry 4.0, and it contributes enormously for the Indian nation's economy. India has seen the proven record of implementation of Industry 4.0 in Indian MSMEs through various regional and national level initiatives by MSME and Government of
Good night.
India. Open-minded learning and healthy competitive spirits are the significant factors for the implementation of Industry 4.0 in India. We are proud to say that the concept of ease of doing business by Government of India has bagged the 63rd position among 190 nations in the World Bank Ease of Doing Business ranking. Students and faculty members, we are moving into an era where mindset is more important than skill sets. So we cannot say that the skill sets are not important anymore, but the mindset will be our ability to adapt, collaborate, and bridge cross competencies in specialized areas of Industry 4.0, such as quantum science, artificial intelligence, and machine learning. So today and going forward, we are moving forward with a number of smart and connected technologies that will be embedded within the organization, people, and assets. The most impactful technologies of Industry 4.0 are robotics, especially the collaborative robots, in short called as cobots, artificial intelligence, cognitive technologies, data science, big data, edge computing, quantum computing, and wearables, and Internet of Things, and additive manufacturing, and advanced material sciences actually. So today's webinar, and in fact this training webinar, will give a blueprint and it will draw a roadmap for the various challenges and opportunities to integrate the MSMEs with the Industry 4.0 technologies. So moving forward. So India's vision on Industry 4.0, India is on the threshold of major reforms and it is poised to become the third largest economy of the world by 2030. Let's start this webinar with the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister of India, Sri Narendra Modi ji, that fourth industry revolution will change our demographic potential, fast-growing market size, and digital infrastructures has the potential to make India a global hub for the research and implementation of Industry 4.0. So let us have a look on the video.
We often lament and missing the industrial revolution in the past, but today it is a matter of pride that India is an active contributor to the fourth industrial revolution. The extent and magnitude of our contribution will surprise the world. I am also confident that India may have missed the bus during the first three industrial revolutions, but this time it is a bus India has not only boarded but will also drive. Innovation and technology form bedrock of this resurgence. The outcomes of our focus on Digital India, Startup India, Make in India, and Innovate India are converging and reaping rich dividends. I was impressed to see how a young girl from the snake charmer community was literally charming the mouse and making the most of Digital India. It is equally heartening to see how youth in villages are leveraging Wi-Fi and digital tools to help in clearing competitive exams. It is technology which is bridging the gap between the haves and have-nots in our country. Stories like this are writing a new chapter in the history of India. We look forward to making India a $10 trillion economy. We look forward to make India the third largest economy. We want to make an India of countless startups. We want to lead the global drive towards renewable source of energy. We want to give our people energy security. We want to cut down on import dependence. We want to make India a world leader in electric. Let us rededicate ourselves to create a new India of our dreams.
Moving forward. So today's presentation consists of economic outlook of India, MSME, the catalyzing for India's growth, recent progress and developments in India, facts about Indian MSMEs using the collaborative robots, and acceleration to digital economy of India, and then recommendations. So economic outlook of India, the engineering sector is the largest of the industrial sectors in India, which accounts for 27% of the total factories in the industrial sectors, and it represents 63% of the overall foreign collaborations. The Indian manufacturing industry has acknowledged the importance of Industry 4.0 technologies, and it has made it as a long-term business strategy. industrial companies in India are all digitizing their essential functions of their industrial manufacturing setup and focuses on the operational excellences and the cost control and revenue growth. The global economy, the Indian economy increases with each and increased manufacturing core in the different sectors. So the government of India has implemented the Make in India, which is a major economy basically for the ease of doing businesses. So this is the statistics about the Indian manufacturing and electronic industry. So let me play a short video over here. Electronic markets in 2018 and 19 has seen a very enormous growth in the electronic productions in the past 4 years. The 290 million mobile handsets manufacturing in 2019, and $28.8 billion consumer electronic markets in 2018-19, and $6.7 billion outlay schemes over 8 years. So moving forward, so the recent progress and development of India is the Atmanirbhar Bharat, self-reliant India. The 5 pillars of the Atmanirbhar Bharat are the economic infrastructure system, vibrant democracy, and the demand actually. The special economic and comprehensive package of 20 lakh crores has been granted in this Atmanirbhar Bharat, which is a package to support the Indian MSMEs. Let me play a short video over here. So moving forward, so Indian MSME base is the second largest in the world, and Indian MSMEs account for 50% of the India's exports, and Indian MSMEs account for 34% of the industrial output. The MSME sector contributes 29% to India's GDP, and the government is planning to increase to 50% in the next 5 years. These are important factors of Indian MSME. The young labor force. It has got a rich natural resources repository, in fact, and also, in fact, innovative and smooth governance, manufacturing sustainability, and growth in the digital manufacturing penetrations and technology, basically. So MSME are a catalyzing factor that generates a lot of employment opportunities, economic stability, and also inclusive growth and schemes, basically. And it has got a 63 million unit sizable network and employment generation of around 111 million people got employment generation, and also 7,500 products and manufacturing statistics with a share of around 50% in the country's total exports. So these are the MSME.
Sir, small request. Sir,
Yes,
small
sir.
request. Sir, somebody will draw the line, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. I think some student are drawing lines. I think that is not good. Sir, please once again PPT just close and open, sir.
Okay, I will close the PPT and open, sir.
Open, sir.
Yes, sir. 1 second, sir. This is clear, sir?
No, just share screen, sir. Yeah, now clear, sir.
Clear, sir.
Yes,
Okay, sir.
yes.
So these are the MSME initiatives, My MSME, MSME Samvad, and MSME Udyog Aadhar memorandum. So these are the MSME initiatives of for the IT initiatives. So basically, this is the percentage of a share of rural and urban MSMEs in the country, in urban and rural areas. So these are the various initiatives of MSME, which is the most important factor is the digital MSME. And digital MSME, it consists of the cloud computing, which emerges as a cost-effective and a viable alternative in comparison to the in-house IT infrastructure installed by the MSMEs. And in fact, the cloud computing, which uses the internet to access the common as well as the tailor-made IT infrastructures, including the software for managing their business processes, basically. And moving forward, this is the technology. Cloud technology is being used in the Indian MSMEs because the cloud technology facilitates remote working, and it has got a flexibility pay as per the usage, and it has also got the security data secured in the cloud. It has got a scalability and reliability and more cost optimization, zero capital expenditure, and in fact the size of the business can be controlled through the cloud space, basically. So moving forward, so the cloud computing helps MSMEs to save time, increases the productivity, increases the connectivity, and more secure transactions and digital advertising also, basically. So moving forward, age of this MSMEs, because we can leverage the industry 4.0 technologies for starting the startup environment, and more technological adoptions, because we can challenge it technically. We can challenge major challenges can be solved, tackling the challenges. And there are a lot of investments in technology for the MSME by the government of India. These are the various opportunities for the MSMEs in digital age. And automation is a key strength to accelerate the India's growth, because, and especially the collaborative robots or affordable automation solution for Indian MSMEs that connects the real world interface with the affordable solution of the automation, basically. So moving forward, the government of India has taken several initiatives on the facilitation of Industry 4.0, such as Make in India, Samarth Udyog Bharat 4.0. And so these are the enabling factors of Industry 4.0 vision for the India for the advanced manufacturing. The key attributes for the Industry 4.0 are the mobility, wireless network, virtual reality, cloud computing, machine-to-machine interface. So with the increasingly globalized manufacturing environment, Industry 4.0 will become a most essential part of the manufacturing revolution in India, basically. So these are the steps initiated, and we can say that these are the policies, national policies are initiated by the government of India for the adoption of Industry 4.0 technology in India: National Advanced Manufacturing Policy, National Program on Artificial Intelligence, Center of Excellence on Information Technology for Industry 4.0, Mission on Cyber Physical Systems by the DST Government of India. So this is a pilot project for ushering the Industry 4.0 in the country. So Ministry of Railways joined hands with IIT Kanpur in collaboration with the Department of Science and Technology, established the first digital factory, smart factory at the modern coach factory at Raebareli in Uttar Pradesh to manufacture the smart coaches. This is the first digital factory in India which will be able to monitor the real-time monitoring with the predictive maintenance. And in fact, the outcomes of the digital factory is that 64% reduction in the fresh water consumption and reduction in the reduced energy consumption also. So let me play a short video over here. So we'll talk about the importance of the digital factory.
In 2007, Ministry of Railways decided to set up a railway coach factory at Raebareli. The vision was to set up a modern coach factory having an annual production capacity of 1,000 high-speed stainless steel coaches. To achieve this, the factory would be equipped with state-of-the-art technologies and advanced production processes without compromising.
So this factory is a fully automated factory which has got an environmental friendly setup and environment also.
While setting up the factory, we have chosen technology and processes which are eco-friendly and also highly productive.
Echoed in the choice of technologies, production processes, the factory buildings, and township. Modernization is reflected in every aspect. Activities of production are divided in 4 groups: shell manufacturing, bogie fabrication and wheel assembly, blasting and painting, and furnishing.
This is the first by the government of India, which is establishing the fully automated digital factory, which is established in the modern coach factory at Raebareli, which consists of a lot of industry 4.0 technologies which has been implemented in this factory for the production of the smart digital coach factories. So this is the robotic welding machine which is used for the manufacturing of the smart coaches. So this is a robotic welding which is being used in the manufacturing of the products. So which you can see that this shop floor consists of the robotic welding.
For effective material handling, the shop is fully equipped with cranes, forklifters, and storage pallets. The assembled shells are blasted for surface preparation and transferred to the paint shop. Painting is done by an automated shell painting booth. Painted shells are then transferred to furnishing shop. Furnishing is done in 16 stages. In the furnishing shop, 8 lines are provided. The shop can accommodate 80 shells at a time. Bogie fabrication starts with profile cutting on underwater plasma.
So this is about the automation of this setup actually. So moving forward. So this is the Samarth Udyog Bharat 4.0. It is an initiative by the government of India, which consists of collaboration with the academic institutions, and it consists of water management, hand-holding of SMEs, and also, and these are the common engineering facility which is under this Samarth Udyog Bharat 4.0, smart factory at IISc Bangalore, and a smart manufacturing unit at CMTA Bangalore, C4I4 labs at Pune, and cyber physical factory at IIT Delhi Sonipat actually. And this is the smart factory which is established at IISc Bangalore. Smart factory which is established at IIT Bangalore, which consists of automation technologies, virtual reality, and robotic technologies also. These are the national skill councils that are working on Industry 4.0, Electronic Sector Skill Council and Capital Goods Sector Skill Council. And the Center of Excellence Council in association with the Asian Productivity Organization in Japan to bring an awareness and develop the knowledge base on Industry 4.0 and to establish the demo centers based on Industry 4.0 across Pan-India and spread the knowledge and train various stakeholders as MSMEs and academic institutions and industry associations. And so India has got a wonderful World Economic Forum established a Center of Excellence in Industry 4.0, which consists of specialized areas on drones, artificial intelligence, and the blockchain. So let me play a short video over here, which talks about the 4th Industry Revolution.
The 4th Industry Revolution. It's a fusion of the physical, the digital, and the biological world. It's changing not only what we are doing, it's changing who we are.
It's really the notion of digital technology pervasively impacting every walk of life in every vertical industry on all parts of the globe.
Whether it's information technology and the acceleration we see in artificial intelligence, a lot is happening.
Society and how we're going to live is being defined right now. The speed is mind-boggling. What I'm particularly concerned about is how little the world is prepared.
Harnessing this revolution requires the involvement of all stakeholders, from public and private sectors to academia and civil society. The World Economic Forum Center for the 4th Industrial Revolution Network ensures that the development and application of emerging technologies benefits both people and the planet. It is a network of centers for scalable impact, with locations in the United States, Japan, India, and China, bringing together stakeholders to identify the impacts of these technologies, co-design innovative governance protocols and policy frameworks, and pilot them with partners around the world.
If we are not innovative, if we're not creative enough, it will be very difficult to survive in this century.
Humans and machines are assisting each other, augmenting each other with skills.
Humanity itself will be changed with this super intelligence, and we are at the doorstep of that era.
The technologies available today will impact and change healthcare forever.
52% of the encounters with our primary care physicians were handled virtually. Just a massive change.
The network will work closely to share research, design new technologies in ways that respect societal values.
It's where innovation is happening about how we guide this revolution.
We can solve many of the social issues through the digital technology.
My hope is that we have a robust discussion of how this can truly help our world solve some of the hard-pressed challenges that we have today.
Together, we can shape a future that truly benefits and empowers people.
The world has changed. We can never ever go back to yesterday.
So we are proud to say that the fourth industry revolution has got the Center of Excellence in Industry 4.0 in Maharashtra, Mumbai. So which consists of the specialized technologies on implementing the Industry 4.0 technologies in India, in fact. This is acceleration to digital economy and India by the US giant Google, which is investing $10 billion funds to accelerate the India's transition to digital economy in the next 5 to 7 years. The company has already announced an investment of $1 billion to support the digital education in India. This is a brilliant partnership for Digital India in 2020, where the Google joined hands with the Jio platform to invent and reinvent a lot of innovations in Industry 4.0 technologies in India. So these are outcomes of initiatives of the Government of India, Startup India, Make in India, Digital India, and Innovate India. So this is India's technological innovation hub on cobotics, collaborative robots, which is established in a technology hub at IIT Delhi. It has planned to set up the cobotics setup in IIT Delhi, focusing on the technologies where the robots can closely work along with the human to maximize the benefits of the human intelligence. So Innovation Hub on Cobotics is also known as the iHub Foundation, which has been established in the IIT Delhi, which not only perform the research in the areas of collaborative robots, but it also translates the outcomes to the products for the benefit of the humanity and the livelihood of the human mankind. So moving forward, so let us start the session with the collaborative robots. In short, it is called as the cobots. So I would like to play a short video over here. So will we talk?
Piyush Kumar, hello. Ankur Kumar, he's not good, and this is a program for only for listen. If you're not interested, you leave the meeting. Don't disturb the participants. I think some of the student, Mr. Anush Kumar. If you do like that, I will remove the meeting. Okay, sir.
Sure, sir. So at the end of the session, you will be able to take away with the collaborative robots a case study in India, basically. And these are the challenges in the conventional manufacturing setup. Basically, in the conventional manufacturing setup, the safety, the precision, and accuracy are the most important factors of the conventional manufacturing setup. The safety on the top priority. And secondly, we should have the connectivity and the security of the data in the manufacturing setup, which is also an important factor. And we cannot leave about the efficiency and the quality of the manufacturing setup and the productivity. Inventory management is also another challenges in the conventional manufacturing setup. And we must be able to achieve and optimize the supply chain with the automation setup and operations enhancement. And finally, we must be able to monitor the missions and the product development and the quality on a real-time basis and achieve a predictive maintenance also with this manufacturing setup. So these are the manufacturing. Nowadays, the manufacturing is continuously changing, my dear students and the faculty members. Earlier, we used to have fixed installations. So once the installation is fixed in the manufacturing setup, you cannot move the setup actually. And earlier we had a setup of automation without the human interaction because of the safety concerns. And we will have a lot of separation of spaces in the shop floor. And repetition of the work is also another important thing which was happening earlier. And there is a long-term return of investment, which is called as the ROI. But in today's era, due to the inventions of the collaborative robots and the robotics technologies, there are a lot of relocatable positions which is happening, and a frequent interaction between the human and the automation and the robotics, and the workspace in the shop floor are shared, and there are frequent changes are happening in the shop floor. And with the use of the collaborative robots, we will be able to achieve the short-term return of investments with the robotics technology. This is what the manufacturing is changing. And with the advent of the collaborative robots or robots, the manual manufacturing skills are continuously changing to the automation skills. So robots has come into the rescue of implementation of the manufacturing setup in the Indian industries. So let me play a short video where which you know that the Flipkart, which is using the collaborative robots for their process actually. It's a very interesting video which is used in the packaging industry also. Automated guided vehicles, we call it as a collaborative robots, is the next step of the automation industry basically. So in this Flipkart, you can see that these robots are picking up the packages and they are moving around, and this worker needs to just place the package on the collaborative robot cobot, and it will do all the jobs actually, which you can see from this video. So these cobots will drop the packages to the designated pin code bin for the final delivery. The cobots can handle 4,500 packages in 1 hour, which is compared to 500 packages per hour by a human being. So this is how the automation has changed. This is how the collaborative robots has come into the rescue of transforming the manual skills to the automation skills basically. And the Flipkart in Bangalore is using the collaborative robots. They goes and automatically gets charged. These cobots, they goes into the place where they can get charged automatically once they get discharged. So Flipkart is anticipating 60% improvement in the efficiency with the introduction of the collaborative robots. So this is how the collaborative robots has come into the rescue of the manufacturing skills. And in fact, these manufacturers needs to automate the manual operations. They must leverage the automation technologies like collaborative robots in their manufacturing automation. And automation also reduces the risk of the limited automation technical know-how. So this comes the industry 4.0, where the collaborative cobots are coming under the fourth industry revolution, industry 4.0. This is how the industry revolution has changed from first industry revolution to the fourth industry revolution, and we are moving towards the fifth industry revolution also. The first industry revolution started with the mechanization by the hydro and the steam power, and moving to the second revolution in 1870, where the electrification of the first assembly line has happened. And the third revolution started with 1969 with the first programmable logic controllers. We call it as a PLCs in 1969 with the semi-automation. And finally, we are in the fourth industry revolution, where the physical world is connected to the digital world, cyber physical systems. So let me play a short video over here, which will talk about the evolution of the fourth industry revolution.
Modern society has gone through 3 major eras of industrial revolution. Driven by the invention of steam and water power, the first industrial revolution took place in the early 19th century. However, work in all industries was still highly labor-intensive. Wide application of electrical technology hailed the second industrial revolution in the late 19th century, when manufacturing plants were built, laying out the infrastructure and processes for the mass production of products. Digitalization in the 20th century gave birth to the third industrial revolution. Computational and data analysis technologies ensured consistent and efficient operation of processes. The machines could acquire a very basic form of intelligence to support decision-making. With the advancement of big data, cloud computing, data collection and transmission devices, software, and increasingly connected societies, we have stepped into the fourth industrial revolution, or Industry 4.0, and it is symbolized by the real-time smartness exhibited by machines. So what exactly is the fourth industrial revolution? What's it like living in a world of the Internet of Things? Just how smart can machines be? Will robots take over our jobs? How can organizations and individuals be best prepared for the onset of this disruptive force? This online course covers these fascinating topics and more. It is truly an eye-opener into smart products and services for future living.
This is how the future is going to change the Industry 4.0 with the smartness in the job, smartness in the work.
Cyber physical systems for enhanced modeling to support product design, and operations planning. A smart product can even predict its own potential breakdown, and thus alert the user to carry out preventative maintenance to avoid unexpected breakdowns. Massive personalization of products and services is now very real. Our cities are becoming more and more connected and smarter. The division of work between machines and humans is constantly becoming blurred and is being redefined. We can see this happening in the manufacturing, transportation, healthcare, logistics, and many other industries. Welcome to the world of
So this is how the Industry 4.0 has evolved from the first industrial revolution, that is in 1784. And these are the essential technologies. We can say that in the Industry 4.0, as you are aware that Internet of Things, IoT enable the real-time machine-machine interaction by connecting over a network and establish the connected value chain. And big data analytics, augmented reality, virtual reality, cyber security, robotics, additive manufacturing, and cloud computing and machine-to-machine interface, basically. So this is how the smart e-factory, which looks like, which is a less human interaction with the more involvement of the robotics and also the different Industry 4.0 technologies, such as IoT sensors for the supply chain management, wearables, computer vision using the collaborative robots, unmanned trucks, modular equipment, blockchain for enterprises, resources planning and supply chain management, and predictive machine analytics. These are the examples of the devices or setup in the smart e-factory, which is having a very important, most important in the manufacturing of the products and the solutions. So let me play a short video over here. So this is how the logistic robots are used in more places. It's used for accurate sensing, enables the robots. So you can say that the robots are moving around the workplaces. Modern robots adjust the navigation based on the location of the people and the obstacles. This is how robots can deliver packages right to your door. So in fact, Amazon is setting up with this kind of robots. Advanced logistic, we call it as advanced logistic robots, human machine collaboration using the machine learning concept. So moving forward. So how these cobots came into existence? What is the basis for this collaborative robots? How it evolved from the robotics technology? So moving forward, in 1954, George Devol patented the first mechanical arm that can move objects from one location to another location up to 12 feet away. In 1962, the General Motors company added the 6-axis articulated robot, which is invented by the Unimation International Corporation, which is used for the welding and assembly applications. And Taco Canada built the first armed robot with the embedded motors, which increased in the speed and accuracy. And Yaskawa America develops an advanced electric remote controlled system that can synchronize the multiple robots. And finally, in 1997, J. Edward Colgate and Michael Feshkin patented the first truly collaborative robots that came into existence in 1997. This is how the evolution of the robotic technology that started from 1954 to 1997. This is the first robot, as you can see, dear students and faculty members. This is how the first industrial robot that looked like with a huge crane, like a device, which is in 1937. The crane-like device, it has got a 5-movement axis. So grabbing the hand could turn down the own axis and powered by one electric motor. And it consists of the arms, hydraulic motors, basically hydraulic actuators and programmable transfer machines. They can only task was move to object from one place to another place. And finally, in 1956, George Dowell and Joseph Engelberg, they founded a company called the Unimate International Corporation in USA and patented the first industrial robot, basically. And this is the concept of the collaboration. That collaboration, what do you mean by collaboration? How do you understand about the collaboration? Collaboration means act of working with someone to produce or create something which is new or which is productable, and working together with it to perform a task and also to achieve a shared vision goal. And it also involves the flexibility as the essential element of the collaboration, basically. And these are the various terminologies of collaborative robot. Is a collaborative robot is a robot that is specially designed to have a direct interaction, collaborative workspace. And collaborative workspace is nothing but a safeguarded space where the human interacts with the collaborative robot and they perform a collaborative task simultaneously during the automatic operation. And it is a human robot interaction designed for safety work in the direct cooperation with the human with a defined workspace. And these are intelligent assisted devices incorporating an autonomous operation mode in the collaborative robots. So this is how the earlier collaboration ideas, which started in 1966. Unimate robot is the first industrial robot patented by the Unimate International Corporation. This was the robot which was appearing in the television in 1966. And this is how the second picture shows about the robot which is used in the industrial automotive industry. The General Electric, which is used the manufacturing of vehicle, General Motors, basically. And this is the earlier collaboration which is used in 1967, the Unimate robot, which is used in the Biltmore Hotel in Los Angeles, which is used for the commercial purpose. And let me play a short video over here, how this robot has looked like in 1950s and 1960s, basically.
This is Movie Time. Leslie Mitchell reporting. A robot for industry. And this is it, Unimate, a machine that can reach out to 7 feet and perform a multitude of tasks.
So this is how the robot looked like in 1960s and 1950s, basically.
It's controlled by a built-in memory system. You just lead it once through the required motions, and it can then repeat them 24 hours a day, week after week. It can position objects to within 50 thousandths of an inch. Completely unaffected by heat, cold, fumes, or dust, it could take over a lot of unpleasant jobs. It can operate unattended for 500 hours. Originally developed in the States, it's now being made in Britain, and this was its public debut. Have one with me.
So this is how the collaborative robots came into existence, and the manufacturers are continuously invest in the easy to use of platforms, standardize their operations, and they reuse the components and internal automation and know-how, technical know-how, basically. So this is the basically Edward Colgate and Michael Fishkin, professors of mechanical engineering, invented the collaborative robot. These collaborative robots are the emerging disruptive technologies, in fact, that bridges the automation skill gap between the human and the automation, and it drives for a return of investment. And so let me play a video which will showcase the importance of the collaborative robots.
You want flexible automation, flexible workforce, and flexible production, giving you increased or variable production output. When you want to increase your output, or you need your production to handle rapid changes to meet demand, you could have your employees is less productive in the long run. You could hire temps, but temps can take time to get up to speed. Instead, add a cobot, but not just any cobot. Adding universal robots makes your workforce flexible. A flexible workforce allows you to meet rapid changes and increase demand. Use the cobot as a multi-tool and move it around the production line depending on your needs. So, when you really want flexible production and an increased or variable output, add a cobot.
So collaborative robots are basically used for flexible productions basically. And so collaborative robots are the key element in the rise of Industry 4.0 and smart factories. The collaborative robots drastically reduces the downtime and increases the mission efficiency basically. These are very affordable, they are very cost effective, and which is easy to program also, and it increases the efficiency and are safer to use around the human force. And these are integral parts of the smart factory equipped with the powerful onboard computers, and they can interact with the Internet of Things and factory environment, improves the transparency for factory operators, ability to collect and analyze data and share it with other systems also. It provides physical systems to workers by executing different difficult tasks and dangerous tasks also. So let me play a short video over here. So it has got a safety sensors and it works along with the human side. It works tirelessly. This is more important, and with a very predefined accuracy and very sensitivity also. So this is how the interesting facts about the collaborative robots. And moving forward, these are the various strengths of the collaborative robots, Intege's product innovations, domestic and global market. And this is how the future of the collaborative robots continuously increases the job opportunities and ease the workers of the productivity. And so this is how the Industry 4.0 evolved with the collaborative robots. There is a 50% increase in the productivity with the no job losses because of the collaborative robots. So companies in high cost countries can now share the collaborative. So let me play a short video over here about the collaborative robots. So these collaborative robots are pre-programmed, and you can once this program, so they can perform the tasks continuously without any hindrance. So they perform the repetitive tasks also. And you can control it with the virtual reality also. Augmented reality and virtual reality can be integrated with the collaborative robots. You can easily interact with that using the collaborative robots, virtual reality. So you can say that collaborative robots basically. So this is how the global collaborative robot market is expected to grow from $981 million in 2022 to $7972 million by 2026 at a CAGR of 48.1%. Collaborative robots are set to benefit the small, medium, large-sized businesses through increased quality and productivity, as well as the employee satisfaction, which forms the most important factor of the usage of collaborative robots. And it is easy to program, and we can afford also, which is cost effective, leading to the increase in the the adoption of the collaborative robots. And the Universal Robot Denmark, Fanuc in Japan, KUKA robots in Germany, Techman robot in Taiwan are the global leaders. And we do have Indian manufacturers of collaborative robots also, which we can see that. So has increased from in the market, so it has got $5.6 billion in 2027. And collaborative robots are largely used in material handling, assembly, and pick and place places. So they are used in the electronics and the automotive industries and logistics also, basically. So this is how the spread of the usage of collaborative robots. As we can see that in the electronic industry, it contributes to 34% of the usage in the collaborative robots, and food and beverages and automotive industries also. So collaborative robots make about the 3% of the overall robotic sales, but that is predicted to increase to 34% by 2025. So let me play a video over here. So that will talk about what are the components of the collaborative robots, basically, how the setup of collaborative robots. So we have got a protective setup also. Fast setup, easy programming, flexible deployment, collaborative and safe, and fast payback also. So these are the benefits of the collaborative robots, basically. So these collaborative robots, we can make the setup very fast. We can deploy this collaborative robot in any locations. It is easy to program, and it is very safe also, and fast payback also, return of investments. So this is what the interesting fact of the collaborative robot. So this is how the difference between the industrial robot and collaborative robots. See, students, this is how you can see the picture over here in the PPT, that this is the industrial robot which is placed inside the cages, basically. So collaborative robots are not placed inside the cages. So they can easily operated using the with the environment with the human beings. So let me play a short industrial robots. You can see that these are industrial robots which are fenced, which are placed in a fence, basically. So they perform the huge tasks. So you can see students and faculty, these are placed inside the gauges. These industrial robots are very huge in size. So normally they are performing the automated tasks actually. These human beings, human workforce is standing outside the cages. So they are continuously watching the operation of the industrial robots. So they are used to lift the objects from one place to another place, transfer the objects from one place to another place. So this is how the basically that is used. Collaborative robots, and this is how the future of the collaborative robots will be there. Mobile cobots, so they can be moving from one place to another place automatically also to perform the tasks. So collaborative robots are lightweight. In fact, they are very small and compact, and they are easy to move around. They can be easily deployed in the industry locations, and also there is no need to change the production layout, and it can be installed in the production lines where conventional industrial robots cannot reach. So let me play a short video over here, which will talk about the collaborative robots, how it works, which is easy to program. You can train the collaborative robots to perform the tasks using the touchpad. So now first initially the training is being given to the collaborative robots. So these collaborative robots are being trained by the human being. These collaborative robots are maintenance free. You don't need to do any maintenance, or these are free from maintenance. Return of investments is very less. So these are used for pick and place the objects actually. They can pick the object from one place to another place, and they can move the path using the predefined path. And place. These are the three operations which they are taking: pick, path, and place. So this is the importance of this collaborative robots basically. And moving forward, we can move forward. These are the components of the collaborative robot. It has got a gripper, camera, and a force sensor. These are the parts of the collaborative robot. And these are very easy to program and fast setup and flexible in the deployment, and collaborative robots are the most safest robots of the robotic technology and the fastest payback also. These are 6-axis robots that can change the business operations. And moving forward, these are the collaborative robots that can be used for packaging and palletizing, material handling, process tool, assembly, inspection and visual inspection, painting, machine tending and finishing. So let me play a video where this company Laurel is using the collaborative robots for the pick and place operation. Laurel is a shampoo company which is using the collaborative robots in India.
One of the key priorities for Pune factory as of now is being flexible and agile in terms of serving the market in real time. On line number 27, which is one of the fastest line in my production unit, the end of line operation, the putting the boxes on the pallet, we were doing it manually. Single operator doing the entire job of lifting 8,500 kgs of load every shift. Right now, L'Oreal is barefooting and stepping up really hard onto the economics part. And this was one of the major concerns which came from down the line. When we did our economic risk analysis, we found that it is a level 4 risk and we wanted to eliminate that risk.
UR10 we installed before 2 years. The installation was automatic palletization. Before installation of this cobot, we use a single pallet at a time for the palletization. Now, simultaneously, we can use both pallets without stopping the line, where we have a 30-minute saving in every shift for pallet changeover. We can work along with the cobot without any cage, without any safety guards. Since installation, we have never faced any breakdown problems. You can see this product is maintenance free, without any lubrication, without any maintenance investments.
We are having different people coming on the lines in different shifts. So sometimes when people change, it might impact the efficiency of the line. But cobot coming into the picture, it gives you process accuracy at just a single click.
Our team can use this cobot on any lines as per our easily.
Before cobot into the picture, it was like we used to have number of setups done, and it used to take around 60 minutes, 70 minutes just to change from one format to another. But now it's as simple. You just need to click the button, you just need to click it out, and the robot is ready to run on another variant.
This has helped us to eliminate that ergonomic risk completely. Is that continuously bending and putting the boxes on the pallet. Secondly, is that handling a load of equivalent to 8 tons in a ship, that is completely eliminated. We have purchased one more cobot and that we have deployed on one of our line. So I can say that this cobot is very user friendly, maintenance free and very efficient. We are really very happy to have the universal cobot on our line.
So this is how the collaborative robots has come into existence in the manufacturing setup. So these are the cobots applications. They are used in screw driving, pick and place, machine tending, welding, pick and place, injection molding, assembly, painting, deburring and sand polishing, drilling, dispensing, robot guidance, packaging and palletizing also. So let me play a video over here which will showcase the different operations that are performed by the collaborative robots which I mentioned, which is used for pick and place. This is for the CNC operations. For packaging and palletizing. These collaborative robots are used to pack the boxes. Injection molding, it is used for injection molding. for machine tending. Now it is used for polishing the surfaces also. Screw driving. Assembly also. The shop floor, these are the main operations like painting, spray paint, screw driving, machine tending, pick and place the objects. So these are the main operations that are executed in the shop floor. And quality inspection, this is the most important aspect of the manufacturing industry, how you are maintaining the quality inspection. See, these collaborative robots are used for quality inspection and dispensing and painting also. All the shop floor operations are being used by the performed by the collaborative robots basically. Lab analysis, finally, this is also used in the lab analysis and testing in the pharmaceutical industries basically. These collaborative robots are used in the pharmaceutical industries also. So this is what the collaborative robots is there. And collaborative, the different types of robots are there: industrial robots, the humanoid robot, and collaborative robots. Let us see how this humanoid robot looks like.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to introduce you to Mitra, an indigenous robot developed by a young startup from Bengaluru. May we now request the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi and Ms. Ivanka Trump to initiate the logo launch for the Global Entrepreneurship Summit 2017. We request the Prime Minister to kindly press the Indian flag button on the screen.
Welcome, Shri Narendra Modi.
May we now request Ms. Ivanka Trump to kindly press the US flag button on the screen.
So this is how the humanoid robots looks like, which was developed by this Mitra company. And these are the current status of, dear students and faculty members, these are the current status of collaborative robots, which are mainly used in the automotive industries for material handling, welding, deburring, bolt tightening, and the sealant applications also. In fact, machine tending also, collaboratively using the cobots and with the human workspace basically. Two-wheeler manufacturing industries are using the additive manufacturing and product design of the two-wheelers of the systems. So let me play a short video where the Mahindra company, which is using the collaborative robots in their automotive industries.
To survive, we need to do continuous improvement, do better than what we were doing yesterday. I have been working here last 25 years. Our focus is mainly on the quality piece. Whichever is critical to quality, we want to automate it. One of our team members gave a thought, can we go for a collaborative robot? We can implement online and it can work with our associates. not only the sealant application or the tightening application, there is a camera which checks the quality.
So this is
and
those
it gets
the
recorded.
vision technology.
We are able to real-time
Collaborative robots
monitor
are being
the
used as a computer vision also for quality inspection.
Easy to teach, very flexible. When Kobo is working with them, people are loving it. रोबोट बरोबर काम करताना आम्हाला एकतर वेगळं फिलिंग येतं, कारण आतापर्यंत आम्ही ऑपरेटरशी कंपॅरिझन करत होतो. आता असं आहे का आम्ही मशीनशी कंपॅरिझन करतो. मशीनचं काम ॲक्युरेसी मध्ये असतं, 100% क्वालिटी असते. त्या क्वालिटीतच आम्ही काम करतो आणि त्याच्या स्पीडने आम्ही काम करतो. त्याचा एक वेगळा आनंद आम्हाला मिळतो. गोइंग फॉरवर्ड we want to explore how we can implement cobots more and more. Future is enormous. We all have to continuously improve with respect to what we were doing yesterday.
So this is how the collaborative robots evolved actually. The different manufacturing industries, and this is how the Indian MSMEs basically are using the collaborative robots. Craft and Technic industry in Pune, Shruti Engineers in Pune, and New Engineering Works in Jamshedpur, Auro Labs in Chennai. They are using the collaborative robots basically. So this is how the MSMEs they are using the collaborative robots. And these collaborative robots are the boost engine for Make in India. Let us see that how these Indian MSMEs are using the collaborative robots. They found that SME textile machinery using the collaborative robots increased their efficiency by 300%. And the Shruti Engineers in Pune, by utilizing the collaborative robots, realized a 75% increase in their daily production. Let us see a video, which is the collaborative robots which is used by the Indian MSMEs.
Welcome to Ahmedabad, India's fastest growing city. This small city is home to some of India's biggest textile manufacturers. An industry that was established here as early as the 19th century.
The entrepreneurship talent over here was able to bring the mechanized manufacturing almost 140 years ago. A managing director with SMEW Textile Machinery Private Limited. We are a textile machine manufacturer based in Ahmedabad, India. SMEW was started in 1958 and it's been our family business since then. We make textile winding machine and some customized machines for winding as well. Gone from MSME to SME, which is a small and medium scale enterprise from a micro scale enterprise.
In January 2017, SMEW Machinery decided to purchase and deploy the UR10 Cobot by Universal Robots.
A Universal Robot, with its simplicity and non-fencing requirement, met our requirements specifically for this machine. The UR10 robot is basically being used for a pick and place application. So our operators find it very, very easy to use. It's on a different level as far as operator friendliness is concerned.
મારું નામ ચૌહાણ છત્રાજી જસવંતજી છે. હું એસેમ્બલરમાં 5 વર્ષથી નોકરી કરું છું. એનું પ્રોગ્રામિંગ અમે ઈઝી કરી શકીએ છીએ. મેન્યુઅલી કામ કરી શકો અમે એકદમ સ્પીડમાં કરી શકીએ છીએ. પ્લસ એમાં એક્સિડન્ટ યુનિવર્સલમાં થઈ શકતા નહીં. નહીં એટલું બધું નથી.
The safety features were the most important part. The second important fact was the UR10 robot has a 360-degree movement in all the directions, which a normal industrial robot would not have. And that was one of the reasons why it could move in a very constrained space. The advantage with this application for us is that we are able to run the machine for much longer hours than what we would be doing using human labor. Before robot was installed, we were making about 30 pieces a week. Now we are able to go from 30 pieces to almost 80 to 90 pieces per week. So that's a jump of almost 3 times. It's been very good for us because the return on investment is less than 12 months. We hope to have a long-term relationship with Universal Robots. We look forward to investing in more robots in the future and working along with the robots together.
Just like Ashish at SMEW Machinery, many more small and medium-scale enterprises are choosing the Universal Robots Cobots as an affordable solution to take their operations to the next big milestone.
So this is how we have seen that the Indian MSME is using the collaborative robot. Manufacturing the contact lenses, they found that 15% increase in their productive output. And the craft and technique industry, they have deployed the collaborative robots, and they were able to achieve 15 to 20% with no defects and the customer rejections also. So let us have a look on the different Indian MSMEs. They are using the collaborative robots.
Technique industry is basically manufactures precision components, mainly for the automobile industry. We make high-power diesel engine components, marine engine components. Recently, we also started manufacturing refrigeration components. Today, in 2018, I'm proud to say that we are almost 70% export. From India, we talk about unemployment, but the true fact of majority SME sector is that they don't get people. That's a fact. You cannot blame. I mean, I can bring about 100 industrial SME people who will tell the same thing, that they don't get people. GSM Marco started in 2003 with a manpower of 2 or 3 people, and right now in 2018 we have a strength of 100 odd people. And in 2004 and 2005 we started with spray paint. And we've been involved with almost all auto majors in the country for their daylight applications, primarily for HVAC, audio systems, cabin lights, cabin systems, hazard switches and all. Once you apply a paint on a product and you have to laser it, you have to maintain various parameters so that the laser engraving comes out very good. Now paint application primarily in our country is done by manual application. Once we are doing these daylight applications, we need a very, very big expertise. And the thickness of deposit of paint on the product is very important with respect to quality and laser. A lot of our customers are also demanding automatic application of spray.
मी सुहास पिटके श्रुती इंजिनियर कंपनी स्मॉल स्केल कंपनी आहे हे जे जॉब मी जे सप्लाय करतोय हे सर्व लाईन आयटम्स आहेत म्हणजे माझा आयटम जर का वेळेत कंपनी पर्यंत नाही पोहोचू शकलो माझ्या कस्टमर पर्यंत नाही गेला तर तिथं लाईन स्टॉपेज होत I have visited Japan where there are robots working at the same time on the assembly line. The problem there is that the entire assembly line is fenced and nobody can get in. That was the challenge that we kind of saw. Plus the size of the robots there were huge. So we did have this notion in mind that robotics is expensive. That was the first obstacle to kind of overcome before we went for robotic operations. What I had in mind was probably a smaller operation, a smaller robot. And when I checked for different robots available in the market, Universal Robot did definitely top that list very much. Collaborative robots was one very important point going ahead with Universal because we've got a lot of operators working on the shop floor. We did not want to seclude an area just because there was robotic operations there. The kind of productivity you get through SME shop floors is standard at about 85 to 90%. The robot today is giving me 95% efficiency every single day. I am easily getting about 15 to 20% increase in productivity because of the robot.
once we decided to set up a robo, we had a couple of things in mind. We had a space constraint, so we had to think of what kind of space and what kind of robo we had to set up. Secondly was the safety aspect. So since we had a very confined space, we had to see that how friendly the robo system is in working with a human. Universal robo is a very small robo. We can install it anywhere on the base panel also or hanging also. So once we have put this universal robo into production, it's hardly 2 months. And what we have observed is we are getting a better quality product. The rate of rejections or rework have reduced drastically. We are doing X plus 2 with the robo even running at 50% of the speed. So in a couple of months time, we'll increase the speed and then of course almost 1.5 times what we were getting previously with the human interface.
कंपनी स्मॉल स्केल कंपनी आहे, तरी पण आम्ही रोबोट लावायचा निर्णय घेत नाही. तर कारण म्हणजे पहिली गोष्ट मशीन इफिशियन्सी, डाऊन टाइम कमी होता. मशीन इफिशियन्सी मॉनिटर केली. रोबोट लावल्यानंतर आधी मी 300 पर डे जॉब जे करायचो ते आता मी 400 पर डे पर्यंत नेलेले आहे रोबोट. रोबोट असल्यामुळे ह्युमन इंटरफेस असल्यामुळे तो वापरणं फार सोपं होतं. युनिव्हर्सल रोबोटचं प्रोग्रामिंग हे एवढं सोपं आहे की मग 1 दिवसाच्या ट्रेनिंग मध्ये मी प्रोग्रामिंग पूर्णपणे शिकलेलं आहे. मी रोबोट वापरायला 1 दिवसात शिकलो. मी कुठल्याही अडचणीशिवाय रोबोट वापरू शकतो. जो माणूस स्मार्टफोन यूज करतो तो रोबोट वापरू शकतो. लोकांच्या मनात की रोबोट फार महाग आहे, तसं नाहीये. ऍक्च्युली रोबोट पासून खूप वेगवेगळ्या प्रकारचे फायदे आहेत. आता मी दुसरी एक मशीन नवीन आता घेतलेली आहे जस्ट 15 दिवसापूर्वी. त्याचंही माझं प्लॅनिंग चालू की त्या मशीनलाही मी रोबोट लावणार आहे. अब यूनिवर्सल जो रोबोट है जिसको मैं हैंडल कर रहा हूँ, बट इसको बहुत इजीली हैंडल कर सकता हूँ. इसकी प्रोग्रामिंग कर सकता हूँ. इसकी मोबाइल कोड जो है वो सब मैं अपने नॉर्मली सेट कर सकता हूँ. मुझे इससे कोई काम करने में कोई दिक्कत नहीं आ रही है. इसको मैं यूज करता हूँ एज ए लाइक फोन.
All these guys are handling the robo by themselves, and they have been very, very clearly told that they are not on the firing line because of robo.
So no law are trained by these employers for using the collaborative robots. So there is increasing the opportunity of the collaborative robots.
I feel everybody should start the process of automation right from the first stage itself. So the best combination I know that we want to have robots. And somehow I have that vision that CATI needs to have at least 10 robots. We will definitely see more than at least 5 robots in CATI basically.
So this is how the collaborative robots are being used. And in fact, collaborative robots are being used in the automotive industries also, as we have seen in the Mahindra and Bajaj Auto, which is the second largest manufacturers of automotive vehicles in India. So they were using the collaborative robots, and they found that 50% of the Bajaj workforce is comprising of the women on their assembly lines using the collaborative robots basically. So they were able to achieve zero annual maintenance cost using the collaborative robots. So we will have a look on the video, which how the collaborative robots are being used in the automotive industry, in the shop floor basically.
Millions of women in India today are giving wings to their ambitions. Rameshwari is one of the employees who has entrusted her dreams to the visionaries at Bajaj Auto Limited. Founded in 1940, third largest motorcycle manufacturer. It sold close to 3.3 million vehicles in 2015. The man behind this success is Mr. Rahul Bajaj. Taking the legacy to new highs is his son, Rajiv Bajaj. Bajaj saw huge transformations in its production systems under the passionate technical leadership of Pradeep Srivastava. Bajaj also became the first company in India to implement collaborative robots in the assembly lines way back in the year 2010. And now has over 100 cobots deployed in its production facilities. From repetition to efficiency, the journey has been an exhilarating experience for them, a true example of giving the power to the worker. Armed with these cobots, these workers play a significant role in the Make in India drive.
In 2010, we were looking for solutions for automating our assembly lines. Basically, the two-wheeler assembly lines are highly labor-intensive, they're space challenged, and they can have very physically taxing movements as well because of huge amount of repeated motions requiring precision. Apart from that, there was an emerging requirement of multi-modeling adaptability. While trying to automate these lines, one of the basic requirements was that of standardization. Whatever automation we chose, it had to be standardized so it could be horizontally deployed. So overall put together, we also needed productivity, we needed flexibility, we needed reliability, and most of all the ergonomics of the workers over there. And we were also cognizant of the requirement of the women workforce over there.
What made you choose Universal Robots?
Well, throughout that time when we were searching for these robots for our assembly the market at that point of time. Newer robots, we found that they were very compact, they were very light in weight, they didn't cost as much as other robots did. Most significantly, they were very safe to work with human beings because they were collaborative in nature. Actually, we tested these robots for almost 3 months in our facilities, and we found that they were pretty safe, they met all the functional requirements. And so it was like then put in as a standard solution which we wanted to deploy. We deployed it for various applications. We did material handling, we did machine tending, we did a lot of special processes which are now patented, including decal applications. And of course, we moved into assembly lines where we are trying to help the ergonomics of the workers have the right kind of precision, repeatability.
हमारी ये ख्वाहिश रहेगी कि हमारी जो बाइक से व्हीकल से वो कस्टमर तक बेटर क्वालिटी पहुंचे, इसलिए कोबोट ज्यादा हेल्प करता है. मुझे प्राउड है कि हमारा आउटपुट इजीली निकल जाता है. ऐसा नहीं पहले जितना पेन होता था, जितना हार्ड वर्क होता था, अभी उतना नहीं होता. हमारी बजाज ऑटो कंपनी में 50% लड़की है और 50% लड़के. कितना भी मुश्किल काम हो वो अभी इजीली करती है, तो मुझे बहुत प्राउड फील होता है उसके लिए भी, और मैं कोबोट के साथ काम करती हूँ इसके लिए भी.
This application ensures consistent quality and takes away fatigue from cell members' activity. Here the robot is moving in synchronization with the assembly conveyor. All the coordinates of the bolts are captured with the rhythm system, and after processing through a complex algorithm, the bolts are tightened with a DC nut.
क्योंकि मतलब अलग टेक्नोलॉजी, अलग डिवाइस हम ऑपरेट करते, मुझे ऐसा लग रहा था मैं कर सकूंगी, लेकिन जब मैं करने लगी तो मुझे बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग लगा. ये इजी था, और जो हार्ड पेन था वहाँ पे, जो वहाँ का एक्स्ट्रा बैलेंसिंग था वो बहुत कम हुआ, और वो इजीली सब बोल्ट्स टाइट हो रहे थे.
Rameshwari bids goodbye to work, her collaborative robot. Looking forward to yet another exciting day at Bajaj Auto Limited.
So this is how the collaborative robots, and as we have seen that in the assembly line, nearly 50% of the women workforce are using the collaborative vehicles. They were able to reduce the cost. Basically, this is the most important factor of the collaborative robot. they were able to save the time also, time of the production also, and short return of investment. And Bajaj Auto is the first industry in manufacturing industry in India to establish the concept of a silent factory. So what do you mean by the silent factory? Silent factory consists of fully automated setup where there is less human interactions and more on the automated setups. Especially they have established a silent factory with the use of these collaborative robots and the automation setup, like automated guided vehicles in their manufacturing setup basically. So this concept of a silent factory, we call it as a e-factory or smart factory, is gaining up in India. There are a lot of companies in India that are implementing this silent factories, especially Havells India Limited, which is large enterprises, and Luminous Technologies also coming up with the e-factory, smart factory in Pune. So there are a lot of concept of smart factories as gaining up in India. So this will change the manufacturing trend of the industries actually with a fully automated setup. Of course, not compromising on the job loss. This is the very important factor of the entry of the automation in the manufacturing industries basically. So let us play a video, let us see a video where we can see that how the silent factory, which is established in the automotive industry, Bajaj Auto. So this is how the conventional manufacturing setup, where there is a lot of noise is happening in the manufacturing setup. So, but Bajaj Auto has come into existence with the implementation of the silent factory with the automation technologies. So this is how the setup of the silent factory in Pune by the Bajaj Auto, which is fully automated with the automation technologies, which consists of collaborative robots also. And this is how the collaborative robots are doing the manufacturing operations: bolt tightening, machine tending, material handling, pick and place, palletizing, also screw, screw driving.
ये फैक्ट्री लगती ही नहीं है, सब कुछ इतना शांत है यहाँ, विश्वास ही नहीं होता। इस फैक्ट्री में 80% औरतें काम करती हैं और हम सब मिलकर एक बहुत ही आधुनिक स्कूटर बना रहे हैं। ये असली प्रगति है।
Everything here is high tech. I've been making bikes for 30 years, but this is something different. It's magical.
So this silent factory is manufacturing the electric vehicle scooter, which you know the most famous brand of Bajaj Auto, which is the Chetak, Bajaj Chetak. So they are using the robotic technologies and automation technology to manufacture the electric vehicle scooter in the automation silent factory in Bajaj Auto. So this is how the setup of a silent factory of Bajaj Auto in Pune. And Bajaj Auto has been using 150 collaborative robots. This is a huge number of collaborative robots in their shop floor and the assembly line. They have been using the automated guided vehicles, which is another type of robot, able to achieve the enhanced productivity, maintenance cost, zero annual maintenance cost, reduction in the power consumption, improved production capabilities and safety. So material handling has been done with the collaborative robots with a very high precision and without any time delays and without a human workforce. This is how it enhances the customer satisfaction and acquisition also. And so collaborative robots are Bajaj Auto. They have been using the new age disruptive technologies for their manufacturing processes. They were able to do the patented with the operations of using the collaborative robots. 30 to 40% reduction in the cost due to the smart manufacturing collaborative robots. And there is an increase in the productivity by 58% due to the smart manufacturing setup of the collaborative robots. And finally, the empowerment of the women workforce by sharing the workspace with the collaborative robots in their assembly lines. And in fact, collaborative robots are being used in the academia also for teaching the students and the the different stakeholders. So this is how the institution which is using the collaborative robots in the academia. Let us have a look on how the collaborative robots is being used as a training object, basically for the students to teach the collaborative robots.
Dr. K. Prakashan, the principal in charge, ESG College of Technology. We have totally about 8,500 students. We are ranked within top 50 institutions in the country. And it is a part of our vision and mission. Things should continuously get updated.
In 2011, ESG College of Technology decided to start and automation. That is the first kind of a program in the state of Tamil Nadu. So when you talk about institution of international repute in robotics, I think we should have all the ingredients. So we have industrial robots, then we were searching for cobots, and we find universal robots. We have a UR5 universal robot. After buying it, we felt it is very, very user-friendly, very easy to set up, and it is a robot that works on an open source platform.
So robotic operating system, ROS, we call it as a ROS, robotic operating system.
So customization is very easy. We have incorporated this.
This is open source software which is available to download, and you can use it.
Traditional robots that we have in our laboratories, they are very huge. They are kept inside these safety cages and fences where we are not allowed to enter. They have a separate workspace, and operators have to stand outside the workspace. Whereas in the case of cobots, we can work along with the robots. That is, traditional robots work autonomously for the human beings, whereas the cobots work along with the human beings. Cobots can be moved from one place to another. It's done using trolleys and other carts.
As a teacher, I can take it to the classroom, so students can also have a feel how when I say 6 degrees of freedom, instead of they have to imagine, you can demonstrate in the classroom itself. Robotic operating system is a very popular operating software which is now used in a lot of robots. Take other brands of robots, they have customized their own dedicated software. But Universal Robots has a platform where it works on ROS. So for our students, it is easy to understand the application of ROS in an industrial robot. When we presented this proposal to Department of Heavy Industries, Government of India, the Government of India wanted a state-of-the-art center where not only for...
So this is how the collaborative robots is being used in academia. There are a lot of training programs are happening by the National Productivity Council, Quality Council of India. And in fact, the Andhra Pradesh State Skill Development Corporation, which is organizing this training program on collaborative robots, which is unique of its kind, to reskill and upskill our, the skill sets on the collaborative robots, basically. So, and even there are different types of robots are being used in the manufacturing industries, as we have seen that the Flipkart and Walmart owned deployed 100 robots. And they were able to sort 4,500 packages in 1 hour, which is being done by 500 packages by the human being. And in fact, there are a lot of industrial robots are being used still today in the manufacturing setup. So let us have a look on the manufacturing setup, which is having the industrial robot. Which we can see that in India, industrial robots are being used in the manufacturing setup. So this is the Kia Motors in Anandapur in Andhra Pradesh, which they have the industrial robots in collaboration with the artificial intelligence. It's a fully automated plant. As you can see that the automation is being used. Industrial robots are being used over here. So this is how the industrial, as you can see that these are the industrial robots, which is working on the basis of the artificial intelligence in Industry 4.0. The world-class quality manufacturing, the state-of-the-art technology. So this is how you can see that all industrial robots are kept in the gauges. Their fence has been deployed. So this is how the manufacturing industry is using. Let us see another industry, which is Havells industry, which is using the industrial robots and total setup.
Strong commitment to quality.
Total setup of automation, which is established in Rajasthan.
A leading consumer durable that operates high-end LED TVs, air conditioners, washing machines, and refrigerators, is now owned by the FMEG giant Havells India Limited, a company with a legacy that goes back to the 1950s.
When we bought Lloyd, we again came back to our philosophy that we can be globally competitive. And today we have set up a very large manufacturing facility, and we are very proud to say that we will be now selling everything made in India in Lloyd air conditioning.
Located in Kilod, Rajasthan, the air conditioner manufacturing unit entirely on energy generated through the rooftop solar panels. The plant functions with complete automation. Tremendous advantage that significantly improves manufacturing efficiency. This is as per the Industry 4.0 principle.
In India, still there are plants which are with the Industry 2.0 and 3.0. As compared to that, latest plant which uses all kind of latest technology. We are using 70 robotic operations in a very efficient and effective manner to continue for the mass production, which will help us in ensuring the inbuilt quality.
The plant extensively uses artificial intelligence and digital technology, where all the machines and processes are connected through a single robotic Wi-Fi system.
So these robots are operated by a Wi-Fi system.
We also use.
So, this is what I wanted to show the automated gated vehicles, how they look like. This is the automated gated vehicle, which will be used for carrying the objects from one place to another place. This is also a type of robot. Automated guided vehicles. So this is how the automated guided vehicles are used.
And it needs to go to now FMEG. So it's pre-programmed as per time. So they pick up, from A and then take it to B.
Lloyd is the only brand with capabilities of manufacturing all parts of a complete air conditioner in-house, which makes the product.
So this is how the robotic operation, is performed inside the manufacturing setup for manufacturing the air conditioner.
Also manages heat exchangers. A plethora of smaller parts are manufactured from scratch in this factory as well. These are made from an assortment of raw materials that include copper tubes, and sheets, and high-impact polyester. The steel parts once carved out are sent to the paint shop, where they are covered in coats of eco-friendly zirconium chemical paint for durability and aesthetic appeal. All these manufactured components are then assembled together into an air conditioner as we know it. Before the ACs can be dispatched, they go through various stages of rigorous quality checks. With a vision into the future, the company is now planning to launch air conditioners activated by voice command.
Turn on AC.
Okay. Their next big ticket item.
I think over a period of time, we will see all our product categories getting connected to each other, communicating to each other with the Internet of Things. The future lies in how we can make.
So we can control all these operations by the internet. Devices can be connected to the Internet of Things. So Internet of Things is also one of the Industry 4.0 technology.
Emerged as a dominant player in the fast-moving electrical goods industry.
So this is a very interesting video of the Havells is having, and these are students and faculty Industry 4.0 technologies that are established in India. Siemens have established India's digital factory in Maharashtra. digital experience and application center at also. So to the point, this is a very interesting slide which talks about the e-learning of the collaborative robots. Students, it is Universal Robot Academy is a universal platform which you yourself can learn. After the program, please log into this website which is given in this slide, and I will show you that how you can learn this collaborative robot learning platform and you can earn a certificate. This is a very user-friendly website and also e-learning academy, which you can learn this collaborative robots on your own and you can get a certification. And go to this one, start. Learn this one and moving forward. And this is what the Explore free e-learning. Click this one. It's a very useful and very interactive and free e-learning. It consists of two things: e-series e-learning, CB3 e-learning. So start this one with the track. And so this is what the e-learning series talks about: e-learning core track, e-learning e-series pro track, and e-series application track. So select this one. So this is what the e-series. It is showing completed because I have already completed these modules. So let us pick this one, first to look at the robot, and click this one. So it will take you to the the first module. So first take a look at the robot and click this one. So click this one.
Welcome to the first module of Universal Robots online training. This module will give you a short introduction to our robots, and you will learn how to power up the robot.
It's a very interactive learning academy where you can learn it on your own.
When you receive your robot, it comes in two boxes. Click the box to the left to unpack the
So
robot.
follow the instructions which is being done with the website audio. So I am going to click.
Yeah, participants, any have doubts, please post the chat. Yeah, anyone having doubts, please just post in the chat. Sir, Sendil sir.
Yes, participants. I think that tomorrow I will show the slide, the website which I am showing that one. So I think that there was a to tomorrow I will show the website which I was showing, the website where you can learn that one. And regarding the training material like cobots, I have a lot of interesting materials of collaborative robots, which is being the e-book of that. I can share it over the email to everybody. And the third question is that what is the question? Another question. How can we use the cobots in the daily routine? No, it can be used nowadays the collaborative robots are being used in banks also, basically for the commercial purposes also. So because mainly these cobots are being used in the industrial purpose, basically for the shop floor. And one more question is that difference between programmable robot and cobot. These cobots and robots are programmable basically. So there is a difference between the industry robot and the collaborative robot. Industry robots cannot work with the human workforce. So collaborative robots can work with the human workforce. They can be programmed also. Collaborative robots can be programmed. It is easy programming using the robotic operating software. And another question is that can we use cobots instead of industrial robots? It depends upon the application. So where you wanted to use the collaborative robot and where you wanted to use the industrial robots. These cobots are used for mainly for simple operations like pick and place, as we have seen in the video. They are used for pick and place, material handling, spray painting, screw driving, machine tending, injection molding. So it depends upon the applications also. And you have seen that industrial robots are used in the Kia Motors and also in the Havells video, which you have seen that they are used in for largest applications. So I would like to request the books and materials. Okay, definitely I will share the books and materials. And any other question? And how they will interact easily with the human beings? Like the collaborative robots, they are meant for easily interact with the human beings. Actually, they share the human workplace, as we have seen in the lot of videos. They are working along with the human beings in the shop floor. So it is very safe to operate the collaborative robots in the workspace in the shop floor, basically for some simple applications. So cobots means cobot stands for collaborative robots. Cobots means collaborative robots. They work in collaboration with the human being and interact. How they can interact with the human being, because we have seen that they are operated by the simple touchpad, number one, and number two, they can be worked with the human workforce. They can do some collaborative operations with the human workforce. And that the online training tomorrow, we will continue with the session of the online listing and industrial robot. And any other question? One second. I think that I hope that the doubts are cleared.
So one more question. I think some PLC.
Yeah, PLC is a programmable logic controller. That is different actually. In automation, programmable logic controllers are used for automation. But these robots, they have their own operating system, robotic operating system, robots, ROS. They call it as the ROS. It is not connected with the PLCs actually, but it is programmed basically. And any question other than that? Which PLC programming language is used in robotics? Robotic operating software, ROS. As you have seen in the video, they have their own customized operating softwares, ROS. So while I will share tomorrow the link with the Universal Robot Academy, where you can do the programming on your own. Online, you can do the programming and you can learn the certification also basically. So tomorrow we will continue that. And MSMEs, they are being used in the collaborative robots. Basically, as you have seen in the setup also, there are different MSMEs, material handling, spray painting, they are being used actually. And which software are used in collaborative robots? It depends upon the type of company which they use the collaborative robots. If you talk about the Universal Robot, which you have seen that this is a Roboto operating system, ROS. It is an open source software which you can download and you can use this robotic operating software basically. And from robotic sensors to the robotic controllers. So during how the information is being sent from robotic sensors to the robot controllers, basically it is a sensor which communicates with the robotic controller through the Internet of Things, basically IoT, because you're going to use IoT to communicate with the robotic controllers.
Tomorrow also same link. I think some student is asking link. Tomorrow also same Zoom link. You can join.
Okay. So any other doubts? So tomorrow we will continue with this one with the online, which I wanted to share it with you, so that I think that today now it is 5 o'clock. So tomorrow I will send you the link actually, and so that you can start working on the collaborative robots programming, and you can learn the certification also, online certification, which is free of cost, so that you can show after your graduation, like while you appear for the placement training purposes, placement activities, then when you apply for these companies, which is for the collaborative robots, which they are using MSMEs and industrial robots, then you can show them that this certification which you have earned by using the collaborative robots, it is very useful actually. From this webinar, no.
Yeah, we can provide the certificate at the webinar. based on attendance. And the section also timings is same 3 to 5 tomorrow and day after tomorrow also. So one
Any
more
programming
question.
language like robotic operating software is used basically. Tomorrow I will show you the website where you can do the programming on your own. You can do the programming and you can earn the certification also. You can learn it also how you are going to do the programming. Tomorrow I will show you the website where you can do the programming on your own and you can learn the robotic operating system, which is the cobot which is used, and you can learn the certification also. So any more questions? So tomorrow's topic, I think that tomorrow we will add with this some kind of collaborative robot. And then tomorrow we will continue with the entrepreneurship actually. And then regarding material for cobots, yes, definitely I will share the material for collaborative robots. There are different materials are available, which I will share it with the collaborative robot.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for sharing your valuable.
So thanks to all the students and faculty members who have participated in this program for patient listening. So I hope that this will add values to your knowledge about the collaborative robots. So tomorrow after attending the session, so you know what is cobot and you can talk about the cobot to everybody, like how you have learned the cobot actually. So these videos are available in the YouTube. You can download it, like you can type the cobots, then you can get the videos and you can download it and you can learn it for your purpose. And of course, we will be sharing the valuable information about the materials of the cobots, like different applications. We will share it so that you can read and you can understand also basically.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you,
Thank you,
Sindil,
sir.
sir. Yeah. Very nice section. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.